guys, it's me, Kayla Marie, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today, basically, I'm just gonna do like everything I've watched in June. So yeah, it's my monthly recap. I only have like 23 movies, which doesn't seem like a lot, but like if I don't know, like with my like the other times I watch movies. So I did like take a week off from watching movies because I did go to camp. But I think like it was kind of a lot, honestly. But basically, like, you guys can watch this one. It's not gonna be like spoilers or anything. It's just gonna be what I watched and my opinions on it and where you can find it. So social medias are right here, and let's just get started. So the first movie that I decided to rewatch was Final Destination 2, and basically they're coming out with the sixth one. So and it's going to be like on HBO Max. Should be coming out in August. That's all we have so far. I'm excited. So they recently put all of the other Final Destination movies on HBO Max, and I thought now may be a good time to rewatch them. So we got to Final Destination 2. Basically, I really like this one. It's just like a highway, and like there's like this like big crash, and it's like one of the main reasons I would never drive behind a log truck, and it has AJ Cook in it, and I really love her. And I think like if you want to watch this one, you'd have to watch Final Destination, like the first one, because like those two like connect one and one. But like other than that, you're good. Like I think what I really liked about Final Destination 2 is how it was a good sequel, and how they like connected it back to the first one. So I really liked how they did that, and I give that a 9 out of 10. And then I watched Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest, you know, because Johnny Depp won, and I was like, I'm gonna celebrate his big win. So yeah, but basically, Johnny Depp, basically, he had like this whole like thing to get his like ship back with what's his name, Davy Jones' locker, and then basically like the time is running out, so he has to try and basically get to the chest so then he can kill Davy Jones and everything. Cause I really liked it. There was some parts that like made me mad, but I did really enjoy it and everything. But yeah, I give that an 8.5 out of 10. And then I watched Saw 4. So yeah, these you have to rent for like $4. I just trying to go on like my little Saw binge and everything. This one's really good. It like takes place during this third one, just like how they ended it. But I really liked it because basically like, how is this? It's like forever ago, but basically like what happens is clearly like Jigsaw was caught, but now there's another like murderer, like, so he has like his apprentice. So we have like, so we can like show like to Agent Hoffman, and then Agent, I don't know, I would say Agent Strong, but I really don't think that's his name. But basically he played Luke and Gossip Gilmore Girls, and I loved him. So I really like this one. I love the traps. I liked what I did with the third, like how like it connected back with number 3. So I gave that a 9 out of 10. And then of course I watched Saw 5, like right after, and I really liked that one. And basically this one is just Luke from Gilmore Girls. His character suspects that Hoffman is the apprentice. So basically he like, you know, is like trying to go back and like you know, like everything. I don't know how to explain it, but it was really good. The ending did kind of make me like, not like mad, it's just like the final trap, you know. But I gave that a 9 out of 10 too. And then I rewatched Saw because I felt like a 4 out of 10 wasn't correct, honestly. So I rewatched it and I gave it a better rating. This one was on Tubi, but they took it off, so now you have to rent it for $4. But it was a 7.5 out of 10. And then I finally watched Paranormal Activity Next of Kin. This one is like the latest one. Apparently they're making another one, an 8th one. So whatever. But basically this is like not connection. And we have this girl, and she was adopted, and she wants to like know like her real family. So she meets this guy like this ancestry thing, and like she'll go to their house to like get to know them, to like have like a document about like her how like where she came from, and of course not everything is how it seems. But that was a 7.5 out of 10. I had high hopes for this one, but I had like medium expectations. Like I didn't think it'd be great, but I didn't think it'd be like, I thought it'd be better than what it was. But yeah. And then I watched Malignant. This one I loved. It's either a hit or miss for people, but I really liked this one. I liked what they did. I did kind of somewhat know the twist, but like I really liked what they did with it. I loved the twist. Yeah, I really liked what they did with it and how it was. So that was a 9 out of 10. And then I rewatched Megamind. This one is on Amazon Prime. It's for like everyone knows what Megamind is. This is like he's a villain, and like he like spends like his entire life like fighting against the good guy of the town, and then he ends up like beating him, and then he ends up realizing, oh, I kind of like being the villain, you know. So I thought it was like a really cute movie. I get that an 8 out of 10. And then I got myself into Jurassic Park / World. So I watched those movies, and honestly, I was expected not to like it because it was made in like the 90s, which I always would be like, oh, it's made in the 90s, I don't want to like it. But then a lot of like the original horror movies, I like from the 90s, so I just need to stop doing that. But basically, they basically have like this like park in like Costa Rica with like, they basically like resurrected dinosaurs, but then one of the dinosaurs gets like out. So I really like that, and it was fun, and it was interesting, and I never seemed to be bored. And I really thought like the whole like idea of having the park was cool. But yeah, but I give that an 8 out of 10. And then I rewatched Soul Surfer. That one is on Netflix. That one is a true story. It's based on this girl, Bethany, basically gets her arm not chopped off, a bit off by a shark. And then she basically is just trying to live with it because she loves surfing, and just trying to like learn how to like live life with only having one arm and trying to get back into surfing. It's really sad. The moment that she gets her arm cut off, and then when she has the talk with Carrie Underwood, which I forgot the character's name, I almost cried. And it does have Carrie Underwood, and it is like one of my favorite Christian movies because it's so good, honestly. Like I just bought it on DVD. And then we have, oh yeah, that was a 9.5 out of 10. And then I watched The Lost World, Jurassic Park, so it was like the second one. This one I didn't really like, honestly. It just wasn't, I don't know what I was expecting, but it was just really boring, honestly. Basically, we bring back Ian, and then I guess there's a second island of dinosaurs, and they want to like talk, like learn about them, but like not interfere with there's like these other people who want to capture dinosaurs to make their own like park. So those people like made me mad, and some of the decisions were like really stupid, and it was really boring and slow and everything. But yeah, so I give that 7.5 out of 10. And then I watched Jurassic Park 3. This one was honestly really good. I guess it gets a lot of hate, but I definitely liked it way more than the second one. It brings back the guy, I'm going to say Alex, but it's probably not his name, from the first one. And he basically gets like tricked into like going back on an island because they were like just supposed to fly. But I guess, I don't know. But it has, if you've watched Shameless, it has Frank from him. So it's really weird seeing him. And I guess this one is like the son goes missing. So they try to use Alex, which is probably not his name, I'm just going to say Alex, to help because he knows how to deal with dinosaurs. And I really like that one. He did have like his little like own apprentice guy, which I really didn't like. And they had like this scene of like the flying dinosaurs, so I forgot what they're called, but I love that scene. And I really liked it. It was a really good movie. So that was an 8 out of 10. And then I rewatched White Chicks. That literally, like my third time watching it, it is like my favorite movie. It's like honestly like so funny, and it's like a break, like comic relief. I do think that Gen Z or liberals are gonna probably get a little offended by this because they get offended by everything. But it's just like there's two guys going to cover and they're black and they're dressed up as white girls. So it is the most funniest thing to see two black men pretend to be white teenage girls, and it is just so funny. And one of the guys really did kind of, I forgot his name, but he was like one of like the bourbon scene, and he had like the big dog or whatever. He really gave me the creeps, and that's like the one thing I didn't like about it. But I gave that a 9 out of 10. And then I rewatched Cat Kelly. This one is okay. It has Hilary Duff in it. I watched it a while ago last year, but I never rated it, so I wanted to rewatch it to get an actual rating. And this one, basically we have Kelly, and she basically goes to school, and then she gets transferred to a military school and tries to deal with that because like her stepdad, like her mom gets married, everything. And that was just really cool trying to see her like go into like being like going into like from like where she went to that thing. And if you have seen Degrassi, what is her name? Okay, so the girl who ends up dating Jimmy, who is like Paige's best friend, like the original like seasons, she plays in it, and I thought it was really interesting. And the captain or like the cabin really ticked me off, but I really liked it. And if you have seen Lucifer, the one who plays Ellie or Elle, I think that's her name, like forensic scientist chick, she's in it too, so I really like that. But I gave that an 8.5 out of 10. And then I watched Jurassic World, and I'm in love with Chris Pratt. And I really liked how he did this one. I wish you would explain, because with how it ended with Jurassic World, it made it seem like they were never going to try and like do that again with the dinosaurs. But then in this one, clearly it's a dinosaur world, and it's been around for a long time. And then making their own dinosaurs, which I thought was really cool. But it's still just, I wish you would explain like how it got from like the last one to that one, you know. But I did really like it. That was an 8 out of 10. No, that's a lie. A 9 out of 10. And then I watched The Black Phone in theaters. I definitely loved it. Definitely was worth the wait. Definitely has been like my favorite horror movie that has came out in 2022. If you do look it up, it says 2021 because it was supposed to come out in February of 2021, but I guess it didn't because of COVID, and I'm just gonna say it was because of COVID, but I don't know. So it just now came out, but I really did like it. I have my last video was a whole review about it, but of course there's spoilers. But it is is in theaters, or if you have Peacock Premium, which is like $5 a month, you could watch it there. So yeah, but oh yeah, I just talked about Black Phone. The Black Phone is basically about like this guy, and he gets like kidnapped. And then basically he gets like a call from like a disconnected phone from like the previous victims of how to get out of there. And I thought it was really interesting like how he did that. And his sister Gwen, I loved her. And I loved Ethan Hawke. He played a great job in being the grabber, and I just really would have liked like more backstory in the grabber. But other than that, I really enjoyed that. I give that a 9 out of 10. And then I watched Sonic the Hedgehog. That is on Paramount Plus. And I just put it on the phone because I was watching TV with my brother. And honestly, I was impressed. Like, I didn't think that I would like it, but I really did enjoy the movie more than I thought I would. But basically, like, Sonic, and I guess he's from, like, those video games, which I've never played. But basically, like, he ends up messing something up, which I forget. So, of course, like, the government, like, tries to, like, take him and find out what it was. So he gets help from, like, this cop. And they're trying to, like, get to, I think it's San Diego, to find his rings. And I thought it was really funny. It had Jim Carrey, and I love him. He is one of my favorite actors. He is so funny. So I'm excited to see the second one. And yeah. And I gave that an 8 out of 10. And then I rewatched Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Basically, it's Harry Potter, and he goes back to Hogwarts for his second year. And some really, like, weird stuff starts happening. And, like, the Chamber of Secrets has been opened. So, of course, him, Ron, and Hermione have to save the day once again. So I give that a 9 out of 10. And that movie is what inspired my love for Dobby, because I love you, Dobby. I even have the doll. But, yeah. And then I watched Wild Child, which I love this movie. It was on Netflix. And it got taken off. And then it came back on. It's been, like, taken off and came back on, like, 3 times already. But right now it is off Netflix, and you can rent it for $4. Basically, we had Emma Roberts, and she plays Poppy, and she's like this rich, spoiled girl from Malibu. And then she ends up having to go to a boarding school in England, and basically it's like, you know, like she's a rich boy girl and now she's not. It's just, it was really interesting how they did that. It was really cheesy, honestly. Like, I'm watching this and I'm thinking, that's really, like, it's definitely early 2000s. And they had, like, this beginning scene, like, I think, like, for, like, deleted scenes. And I wish they would have kept that in, because it really would have, like, showed, like, the improvement in Poppy's character of, like, how she was when she was back in Malibu to, like, the better person she is now. So I really like that. And I love, like, the character, like, that, like, mean girl blonde person that Emma Roberts plays. It's, like, one of my favorite characters she plays. Like, Chanel O'Brien and Madison Montgomery. Like, those are my favorite characters she's played. And, V from Nerve. Just so you guys like to know that. But that was a 9 out of 10. And then I watched Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Azkaban, whatever it's called. I haven't seen this one in forever. And I really like it. I enjoyed it more than I thought. And that got, like, a higher rating than I thought. Basically, we have, like, Harry Potter, and it's his 3rd year. And again, with the fat lady is my favorite part. Like, it's so funny. Basically, Sirius Black has been escaped, and I guess he's going after Harry. So Harry deals with that. And then they had, like, this whole ridiculous scene, which it was, like whatever, if you guys know what I'm talking about. And just, I really liked this one. I also loved Hermione in this. She was a freaking bad bee. Draco reminded me of why I hate him and why I hope he gets hit by a car. But that was a 9 out of 10. And then I watched Stay Alive. So this one was on Tubi, but it got taken off. So you can only, like, rent it for, like, $4. But I do say you should rent it because it's a really good, like, game horse. Basically, these people get, like, this game called Stay Alive. And how they die in the game is how they die in real life. So it kind of gives me, like, Freddy, like, Nightmare on Elm Street ones. Because, like, if they die, like, in the game, they die in real life. And it's like if they die in your sleep, you die in real life. Just, I really like it. I would love if someone actually made, like, the game they were playing into, like, an actual game. But, like, not have it possessed. But I feel like it would have been a really fun game to play. And I love what they did with the Countess because she was actually, like, a real person. And it was a really good movie. Like, of course, it was made in, like, the early 2000s. But it still was really good. And I was really impressed with how they did it. And I honestly would love to see a remake of it. But let's hope it doesn't, like, butcher it. So as long as, like, it doesn't, like, butcher it, I would love to see a remake. But I give that an 8.5 out of 10. And then I watched The Hills Have Eyes 2. This one definitely reminded me a lot of Wrong Turn 2. Which, you guys didn't know, Wrong Turn was based upon The Hills of Eyes. Like, they got, like, inspiration from it. And if you look at, like, the 2 movie posters side by side, I don't know if it's just me, but they look exactly alike. But I really like this one. Basically, it's, like, I think 10 years after the first events of The Hills Have Eyes happened. And basically, like, there's people, like, the military on their last day. And they have to go and save someone that was in this. And it's just, it was really good. Definitely had some really disturbing scenes. I would say there is a trigger warning for sexual assault. It's just really, I had, like, a whole rant about it. Like, I don't understand why horror people think that putting that stuff in is a good idea. Like, I know it's for, like, what's the word? The, like, gore effect or whatever it's called. But I still, like, I wish I could deal with, like, someone getting their toes ripped off or someone getting their head or whatever. But, like, the moment someone's, like, assaulted, that's when I'm like, why do you have to do that? Like, I feel like the only time I mean we should have it is if it adds to the plot. Like, in, what's it called? I Spit on Your Grave. Like, movies like that where it adds to the plot. If it doesn't really mean anything to the plot, then I do not like it. It can be implied, but it doesn't have to show it. But yeah, so that made me mad. I give that 7.5 out of 10. And then, last movie I watched this month was a movie called Butchers. It is on Tubi, and if you do not have Tubi, because I know it's only in America, it's also on Pluto TV. Basically, this one was basically like these people, this group of friends, and it basically, like, get, like, stranded. And I guess it's, like, these, like, brothers, and, like, they're cannibals, like, they kidnap them. And I love what they do with it. Like, it's just, I wish there was a lot of it more was just them trying to escape. I wish we would have got, not, like, I would have liked some more, like, some gore to see, like, what exactly they do to them. Or maybe they didn't. Like, I don't know. I really like that. I really did enjoy it. I did have, like, like, if the movie is gonna add assault, that is definitely that is definitely how they should do it, because if it was implied. I do really felt like the beginning and the middle was so good, but then the ending just felt so rushed, and like the characters made the most stupid decisions that honestly, like, I was just like, honestly, I hope you die. Like, I don't know why you live anymore because you're just so freaking stupid. So I wish they would have tried more with the ending. But yeah, so I gave that an 8 out of 10. But yeah, so that's all I have for today. Hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any movies or suggestions or want to talk about the movies I watch, put them in the comments below, and I will see you next week.